How many ideas have you had in the last 30 days that you can't remember right now? Think about it. Not the ones you wrote down, the ones you didn't write down. That epiphany you had on a random car ride. The detail a client told you that you were sure you'd remember. The creative idea that came to you at 6 a.m. Let me guess. Gone. And the reality is, every creative freelancer is sitting on a backlog of their own best thinking. And most of it is already lost. Here's why that happens. Your brain is a great think tank, but it's a terrible filing cabinet. It saves what it decides matters, and it quietly deletes the rest. The ideas you almost had, the details that slipped away, the client conversation you were sure you'd remember, it's not a discipline problem. It's not even a motivation problem. It's a system problem. And unfortunately, I learned that the hard way. I'm Josiah. My wife and I are a husband and wife photography and videography team. We've been shooting high-end luxury weddings for the last 7 years together. And I've been doing it full-time for at least the last 3 to 4 years. This whole channel is about the systems, habits, and strategies that make all of it possible and sustainable. When I first went full-time, I was a textbook procrastinator and perfectionist, which is a brutal combination, by the way. I had ideas, and good ones, but they were few and far between, mostly because by the time I sat down to actually work on them, they were already gone. And the other half of the time, I'd reach for my phone to capture something, and 20 minutes later, I realize I'm on social media scrolling for no reason. The idea is gone, and my precious time is gone. Turns out, I wasn't missing talent or work ethic, I was missing a system. So, here's the habit that changed it. A small pocket notebook. It's almost always on me or within arm's reach, especially while I'm working. That's it. No app, no complicated productivity system, just a notebook and a pen. And here's what that one simple shift actually did. The first thing it changed was how I actually spend my time. A physical notebook doesn't have notifications. It doesn't have an Instagram tab waiting for you. You write something down, you close it. You get back to work. That's it. And there's just something about putting pen to paper that slows your brain down enough to actually think. The ideas I flesh out in a notebook come out way more complete and developed than anything I type on a screen. It sounds like a small thing until you look up one day and realize you've actually finished something. The second one surprised me the most. You see, when you pull out a notebook at a meeting, on a client call, or a corporate shoot briefing, something shifts in the room. People feel heard. They feel like what they're saying is actually worth writing down. And in a service industry, that feeling, it's your reputation. I started taking notes on details that seemed mundane and unimportant. Names, past conversations, things most people forget. And once I did, my brand started to stand out in a way I didn't expect. I had clients start telling me they hired me not because of my gear or because of my portfolio, but because of how I made them feel. Because I listened and I wrote it down. And that might be the difference between getting the gig or not. And that same habit, the one that earns clients' trust, is also the one that saves your creative work. Real quick, if this is connecting with you, hit the like button. Other creatives who need to hear this, they won't find it without your help. Okay, back to it. The third thing is that your notebook becomes an archive, a physical record of every idea you almost lost. The creative slump will come. It comes for every creative. And when it does, most people, well, they'll stare at a blank screen waiting for inspiration. But you'll open up your notebook instead. Because every time you had an idea, every system that worked, every moment of clarity, every realization you had and actually wrote down, it's all still there, just waiting. Your past self already did the thinking. You just have to show up and execute. And the last one, the daily to-do list on paper, not on your phone. There's something about crossing off a task on physical paper that is so satisfying. It's honestly just something a digital checkbox could never replicate. When you can see real progress in front of you at the end of the day, it keeps you moving forward, especially on days when motivation doesn't show up on its own. Your notebook doesn't care how you feel, it just shows you what's next. Here's the challenge. Grab a notebook, it doesn't have to be fancy, and start writing down the ideas and details you don't want to lose. And every day, keep a to-do list. I promise this is going to change your personal life and your business. Do that for 30 days and then come back and tell me what changed. Drop a comment below with the one thing you're going to stop letting yourself forget. I read every single one. And if you're new here, I make videos for creative freelancers who are serious about building something that's going to last. The systems, the business, and the mindset behind doing this full time. If that's you, subscribe. I'd love to have you here. The details are where the real work lives. The name you remembered, the idea you didn't lose, and the task you actually finished. Now write it down.